What up, Wolves? Welcome back. It's great to see you all. It's great to be seen, I suppose. Today's Tuesday, January 4th. It's morning meeting. We are going to talk about health and safety. Let's talk about COVID again. We're going to talk about some key protocols and lunch and testing vaccines and some next steps. As you've probably seen, there have been a lot of COVID cases lately due to the Omicron variant. And so we are going to revisit some things that are super important to keeping us and everyone else safe. So first things first, when to stay home. If you have any of these symptoms, you should stay home from school. Please have your parents call and excuse you, or you can text your advisor and tell them what's going on. Please communicate. But if you have any of these symptoms, we're going to ask you to stay home. It's super important to try and keep everybody healthy. You also have to stay home if you are exposed to a confirmed case of COVID-19 if you are unvaccinated. If you have the vaccine, then you don't need to do this. So that's another reason to get vaccinated. But exposure is when you're close to someone within 6 feet for 15 minutes or more without a mask. We also just need to make sure if someone has COVID, then we're not being around them. We're letting them isolate so that we can keep coming to school. Let's talk about masks. You need to wear your mask indoors at all times, and it has to cover your nose and mouth. A quick note about which masks are better. If you can get a K or an N95, those are the best. If you can't do that, the next best thing is double masking. The next best thing are the surgical masks, those blue paper ones, and the worst kind of masks are cloth ones. So that is which masks are better at keeping you safe. We are going to make sure that we are super clear that you have to have your mask on at all times in school. If that's not, if you're having problems with that, you're going to talk to a dean. And if you can't wear a mask at school, then you can't be at school. So we want to make sure you know what's coming there, but we're going to make sure that everyone is wearing their mask at all times. During lunch, all students should be at the cafeteria unless you have a pass from a teacher. We shouldn't be staying back in the hallways at lunch. We make sure everyone's supervised. You need to wear your mask in between bites while you're inside the cafeteria. So not like you pull down your mask to eat and then you put it back up. It needs to come down and then back up between each bite. We strongly suggest that you eat outside. Given the how contagious Omicron is, we don't think that eating inside is a very good idea right now. Even if you are pulling your mask up between bites, our advice is you're better off eating outside, even if it's a little cold. Go eat outside and then put your mask on and go inside and get warm. But we strongly suggest that everyone eats outside. We think that is a way to make sure that you can stay safe and not get COVID. Let's talk about access to COVID testing. We have a program where you can sign up for random sampling here at CVHS. You can get the test here and get tested. I get tested about once a month here at school. It's saliva, which is nice, so you don't have to have somebody stick something up your nose. In your email, there is more information about this. I just sent you an email where you can find out how to enroll in that testing program. The more we test, the better chance we have of catching things early and making sure people aren't contagious. Folks, the greatest tool we have as a school are vaccines. If you haven't been vaccinated, you need to set up an appointment. If you haven't gotten a booster yet, the CDC just said anyone 12 years or older can get a booster, and so we ask that you sign up for a booster and make sure that you're staying safe. If you have questions about the safety or effectiveness of vaccines, I know Mr. Bomfrey and Ms. Hanzik would love to talk to you about that and set your mind at ease. If you have questions about how to get a vaccine, you should go talk to Ms. Bodie, and she can help you out. Again, in the email that I'm sending, there's information about how to get vaccines and about the mobile vaccine clinics that are going around Denver right now. Really important that we remember why, friends. We know that virtual school is really hard on all of us, and especially on our mental health. We saw that for an entire year. We know that many of us live with elderly family members, with babies, with other people who are at risk. It's easy to think of these things as just rules that we have to follow, but actually, we're doing this to keep each other's families safe. We're doing this to protect our mental health. This is super important. We all need to come together as a community and commit to these things. So, next steps. First of all, communicate. Let your advisor know when you're not feeling well, if you have questions about if you should come to school or not. Reach out for questions about vaccines, and then take steps to make sure you and your family and your friends are safe. We love you, Wolves. Let's stay safe. Wear your mask, get your vaccine, and we'll get through this. Thanks.